Hey everybody, welcome to High Level Games presents The Enemy Within, which we actually have not gotten to yet. We last left off doing what?
Running for our lives, screaming in terror.
Yes,
Some of
much
us
of that.
Bravely retreating, I think is what you meant to say.
A tactical
Draw.
withdrawal.
I was about to say that.
The beast of Orchlam was causing this problem.
Yeah, the Beast of Orchlam turned out to be a big-ass basilisk. Old, ancient, decrepit, but big and scary, and everybody failed their terror test. So,
Pretty scary.
for you guys, like I'm doing just fine. I'm pulling up the Twitch chat on my phone because my stuff is awful. Okay, there we go. Hey, Charlotte's in the chat. Hi, Charlotte. So, that's where we last left off, initiative order-wise. I believe we are back at Ben's turn? Seems about right.
Sure. Let's see. So what's the current status?
Current
Whatever
stat.
the current status is, I feel like I'm way closer to the front than I intended to be.
Well, part of it is the elf runs away very quickly, and
Do you want
has
to give them enough room?
yeah. Well, they have the elf has two broken conditions.
I don't have any broken
Did a
minions.
blast roll.
Charlotte
Yeah,
called.
I thought
What was that?
I think I had just succeeded at not being broken anymore. I wanna
Okay,
say.
so then we would go on to...
Yeah, I just succeeded my last cool test. It looks like was the last roll I made.
Okay, so yeah, let's Then it was Raiko's turn, and he managed to not get away. So that is where we are. So we are let me next. So we are on Vragny's turn. And Charlotte
Alright.
called us her minions, which is very accurate.
X. So, just out of curiosity, is anybody actively fighting the beast right
Nobody is attacking it, everybody is trying to run away.
now? Okay. Is the
Who is not like broken and routing at this point?
Ace Wing.
I am bravely waiting for you all to run away with me.
so I think
If I'm running away.
And
now,
as a heads up, Ace Wing, you have 2 fatigue conditions.
Maybe I won't wait for everyone to catch it.
That means it's a minus 20 to everything.
you could just spend a couple of resolve points to remove those.
And for viewers and as a reminder to you guys, I refresh resolve at the end of adventures. So at the end of whatever I consider an adventure, you guys will get resolve back. I don't.
Okay.
So
How much resolve do you have left, Ace Wing?
0.
Big fat none.
Zero
Those
resolve
elves,
left.
man.
Zero.
Did you
Those
spend it all
elves.
already?
No, he was the elf took 2 fate points instead of 2 resilience.
Wow, the elf has no resilience. Oh, it's so tough being an Elgie. It's not easy.
Elves are
I can't
broken.
imagine what it's like being so unbearded. Okay, so I guess I'm going to spend this turn fleeing. I have to.
Yes.
Okay, so I flee.
So yep, you would sprint away as quickly as
Alright.
possible. So make an agility test.
An agility test, not is it athletic?
It might be athletics. Let me double check.
Well, I have no training in athletics, so it doesn't matter.
So it is agility. Works
Yeah.
out the same. Rule.
Alright, just a challenging test.
I'm double checking for you. Running. Give me a second. So running is a +20. Agility's a test. So
Okay. Oh, and I add my SLs to my number of yards moved or something?
yes.
So I move my run speed. I'm sprinting. So I move my run speed times 2 plus number of SLs?
Yes.
Okay. So let's give that a go.
So
So -3. So that would be 32 minus 3. Wait, no. What's my speed? My run is 12. So it's 24 minus 3. I move.
your run is 12?
1. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah,
3 times 4 is 12.
It would be
Let's quick maths.
okay. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, 3
Yeah,
times.
so-
So 12 minus.
Well, 12 plus 12 because I'm sprinting.
Yeah, so it'd
You
be
get
21 yards.
21 yards. All right, I get 21 yards away.
So measuring tape. Hang on. So you would make it to, we'll say, the same square vertically as Ace of Wing.
Okay. This is a disgraceful day for the Dawi. So now I get to try to shake off this fear with a cool test, right?
Yep.
What's the difficulty of that?
+0.
+0. Okay, so let's give that a roll. And no dice. I rolled a 93. So
No.
-4 cells. No progress throwing off my being broken.
All right. So next up is Gert.
So if I remember correctly, I was also fleeing. I forget how many broken conditions I had though.
2. Unless
Yeah,
you
I
had
was-
previously succeeded on one of your cool tests, you have 2.
Let's take a quick look. I think I was bombing all my tests last game.
We were bombing all our tests last week.
So
Yes,
you're
yeah, I bombed it with a -4.
yeah. So you have 2 broken conditions.
So I'm gonna run away. So I just need to be out of sight of it, right? Out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. It's my favorite way to cope with things. I'm gonna run behind this tree, and I guess with the beast out of sight, I'm going to attempt a cool test again.
Let me double check broken. I'm gonna grab my actual rule book instead of trying to mess with the PDF because I like the actual rule book better. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'll take a look as well.
From what I recall, if you're completely out of sight, or if you're like hidden, you can get a bonus. Like, can go up to average maybe. And if you're completely out of line of sight for an entire round, start to finish, you get to remove 1 for free.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you spend a full round in hiding out of line of sight of any enemy, you remove 1 broken condition.
Okay.
And then at the end of the round, I can attempt to remove it with a cool test. And I believe that's for everyone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think, are we doing those? I think we did. I did
End of
mine
turn.
during my turn.
End
okay.
of turn
Just
works
making
better.
sure that's kosher.
So I'll remove 1 broken condition, and then I'll test for my second one.
Okay.
I'm still horribly drunk, though, so I'm taking -10.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Does drunkenness hurt willpower-based tests?
That's a good
I
point.
thought it was like dexterity, agility, and weapon skill. And
No,
bullshit.
he's got a fatigue condition because he's
Oh, he's-
hungover.
He's being drunk. Yes. Right.
Ah.
Because he's hungover. Like a
As
good
a
Canadian.
dwarf,
Still
I'm not
there.
familiar with that.
I failed to remove any of my conditions, and that's it for my turn.
Okay. That would mean that next up it is Mayana's turn. Jamie's still not with us. I forgot to mention that, but Mayana's turn. Let's see, pull up the character sheet. Or, excuse me, Mayana is Jamie. Jamie's playing Joanna. Sorry, got things labeled weirdly in here. She's going to attempt an athletics test to get away, and the monster We'll attempt. I believe it's. Oh, if it flee, oh, she doesn't do that. She just flees because she's broken.
I believe she should get an agility test, or be entitled to one.
No.
No? You just flee?
If you flee, your opponent immediately gains 1 advantage and may attempt 1 free attack. Unopposed melee test. I was doing it wrong. So come over here. Give you an
And we need
advantage.
some bows.
Bows make a big difference in this game. So melee test.
So maybe might not be being broken.
Yeah.
That might help. Let's see where we get with that first. Ooh.
Nope. Let me see if I fixed that correctly. So, okay, that is her turn, but she runs away. Where's where is she again? Gotta pull up character, there we go. Athletics, so run away. That's gonna be the actual test, so she runs away.
Be
far-
32 then.
32,
Right?
yeah. Over here will work. Behind this tree. There we go. And then next up is Davros.
Lovely. All right, I think I need to make a cool test, right? And do I have a billion negatives?
You need to run away first.
Oh, okay. All right. How far? And I can move. Let's see.
I think you get to move 32 plus the result of your athletics test.
Yes.
Okay, so first make an athletics test. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Marginal failure.
So you move 31 yards away, and there's a measuring tool in the top left.
Measuring tool in the top left.
If you-
31 yards.
Yep.
Okay. Holy moly.
Y'all are booking it, believe it or not.
Okay, now how do I move? Oh, I gotta click off that. Nope. Stop it. How? Damn it. How do I move my icon?
You have to click on the select tokens button. You have to undo the measure distance button.
Select token. There we are. Lovely. Okay, I have moved 32 yards. Now do I make a cool test?
Yes.
All right. And do I have a penalty?
No.
Okay. Impressive failure, -5.
You are.
Impressive.
So I'm gonna do.
What I'm hearing is that Davros is impressive.
Very.
That's one way to view it. Yes. Yes.
That is the way to view it. There are other ways to view it, but they are all wrong.
Well, he's left an impression on me, at least.
I make impressions on people. Perfect.
All right. Next up is these dudes down here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dudes down there.
Raiko
I'm
would have
sorry
moved away, so
that
I'm
they're
just going to move
going
there for
have to
Raiko.
be hindered from their running so that we can get away.
Sorry. Canadian accent.
Hindering the NPCs from running would require any of us to do anything other than flee at top speed, which is not going to happen. Actually,
This is an amazing combat. It's just like it shows up, we run, game over.
Again, I feel like flee is a strong word. Tactical retreat, I think, was the best phrase I've heard, Ziff. Very tactical of
withdraw.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the best.
They were very tactical.
So those actually should have been plus 20 tests, but I wasn't paying attention. So this guy's at a minus. Frederick is at a -2. Which one's Frederick? I think that's the Chubster. So he would move 30 yards. All right. This guy would move. Make sure I'm clicking the right tokens. This guy would move to about the same spot up here. He's gonna duck behind the tree slightly, and then this guy would be moving to about right there. All right, that's that. For all of them, boom, boom, boom. All right, so now it's the beast's turn. And Raiko's closest. Yep, Raiko's the closest thing to him.
Oh no.
And the beast movement is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's just gonna kind of slowly ponder his way up here. And then we will go to the top, and it's the elf's turn.
So they're generally near me now, right? Everyone's caught up.
For the most part, except for the ones that ran off into those things. And yes, Charlotte, you do have an accent. Sorry.
You're the one with the accent.
Well, yeah,
You ever think of that, huh?
I totally do have an accent. I totally do have an accent. I'm from the South.
You say the word accent with an accent.
I know. I'm from the South.
I mean, I'm sorry for pointing it out, but you know.
No,
I suppose.
I'm gonna get a little side story. When I was in high school, I did a Model UN thing, and there was a school from New Jersey, and I don't consider myself to have a very strong accent. But I do have one, and these girls from New Jersey, they were like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, slightly further north than where we currently are. She's like, you have such a strong accent. I'm like, no, I don't have a strong accent.
Jersey. I'm gonna throw it towards that. What's the challenge rating for my athletic?
You are at plus 20. So I think this is just gonna be y'all just running away. So. And if you're fatigued, you're at a -10.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, so Noah, you are a bad friend. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
What?
Noah in chat says, by the way, Monster should probably be running 24 yards instead of 16 due to stride.
Good. Puerto Rico, though, we asked them to come out, it's just gonna die.
And if it's able to do that in one run, it can attack at the end of it, right?
Yeah, but I'm not going to worry about it because I messed up, so.
Okay. Rango gets a new lease on life.
Until he tries to run away again, yeah.
Let's see. Well, it's not rolling. Perhaps my run-in with Firefox is going terribly.
What are we trying to roll?
Okay. Athletics. I don't suppose you can just click through for that for me, can
Yeah,
you?
I can.
You're a hero. Let's see what's going on.
So you are at a -1, which would put you at 39 yards and off the map.
Yep. Peace.
Whoop!
Just like an Elgie.
You're welcome. Look,
And
if you survive, I will definitely tell them to talk to you about it. But if you don't, I'll just tell them how bravely you decided to fight alone.
so
It'll be great.
1 advantage for attacking, and they are going to. That's right. Still getting used to this program. He makes a +0 attack. Modifier 0. 1 advantage though, and so he rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh no! He rolled a crit against poor Raiko. Oh.
He's just scratched though.
Yeah, we got lucky. So he takes 3 wounds from the 1 wound from the. So he should be at 12 wounds, and then for the claws, he gets 6, so 7.
What was his defensive roll?
He doesn't get one.
It's an unopposed test?
Yep. So
Oh, wow.
So he loses 1 from the crit. He loses 2 from the normal damage, puts him at 10. And he does have a bleeding condition, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he gains 1.
Okay.
So, I don't want to hurt our friend Raiko here, but is it possible that the damage inequality or the ×2 damage multiplier need to be applied here?
Yes.
Okay. Due to the creature being 2 size categories larger.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
Well,
By
if
the
things were
ancestors.
Fine.
So that would be plus
I
plus
shouldn't have...
9.
Oh no.
So
Oh.
hang on, that's 9. I got a brain. So he uses 3 instead of 1, so that would put it at 9 damage. Double would be 8. And damage applies before you reduce.
Yeah, so I think you can choose to replace how many SLs you want by with
Yes.
the unit's roll, and then you multiply by 2.
And that all happens before you calculate how many wounds are done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that'd
Before the
be
soak from
18 minus 5 would be 14, which would put him at 0 and cause him to take another crit.
Huh.
Yeah, large creatures get numerous bonuses to damage.
Slash. And that
You also
was
don't want to try to parry them.
a body hit, so slash crit body. That is not what I meant to do. Slash table crit body. There we go. That's 2 more bleeding conditions. So he's got 3 bleeding conditions. A hard -20 endurance test. So let's see.
Well, we hardly knew you.
So, this was a cursed mission. I
He
told
passed
you there was
it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna mention something about me
Uh,
mentioning something about the curses and stuff, and people be like, "Nah, it
Or
doesn't
game.
matter."
And screams out in agony. And actually, that should have been a -20. So I got to reconsult the chart. I forgot to tell it to do -20. Derp, derp, derp. So that would be
Probably fail that.
well, he need a -20 on his. Oh, that is actually going to end up being a wrench collarbone. So he still only has one bleeding condition, and he drops his weapon. So, and then he gets to make his athletics test to run away. Which is a +4, which would be 36, which would be... Hang on. Off the map, and then he passes out.
I can't speak for anyone else, but I think this is going way better than it could have been.
And then
In that we're all still alive? Yeah.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
the moment.
For the moment.
If only for now.
And he's still alive. He does not bleed out. So now it is Ragni's turn.
Okay. So athletics test, continue fleeing.
See you later, Charlotte.
Oh, I clicked it twice somehow, but the first one is the correct one. -7. That's impressive.
That's astounding. Get it right.
It is astounding, yes. How could I be so incorrect?
So that's what 24 -7 is 17 yards.
17 yards.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's still off the map. I'd be up here-ish. Yeah.
Oop. I accidentally moved it.
Oh man, I think we just broke Foundry a little bit.
Wow, what an interesting bug. We found a new bug.
Yeah, I'll send that to Moo Man.
We're helpers.
That's very interesting. I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't either. All right, so we'll.
What happened? I don't understand. What are we looking at?
If you look at the very top of the screen of you will see that Vragny is off the map and we can't access that token.
So what happened is Phil and I both tried to move Ragni up 8 squares, and we both did it simultaneously. So he jumped up 16 squares to an illegal location. And you can no longer be grabbed because you're not able to click there.
Lovely.
That's great. So, yeah, go ahead and make your cool test, and we'll move on to Gert's turn.
All right, cool test. Maybe I'll finally rally. Aha! There we go. 3 SLs.
So you're now have 2 fatigue conditions.
2.
2.
One for each broken?
Yep.
Oh, brutal.
This game is not nice to you.
This is a tough time. Well, at least I'm not fleeing at full speed now.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So it is Gert's turn.
So, because I'm spending a full round out of sight, out of mind,
Mm-hmm.
I'll remove a cool condition, or one broken condition, correct?
I think it says once all broken conditions are removed, gain 1 fatigued condition. So I think I only get 1.
Yeah, if that's the rating, then you would be right. I thought it was once all... Yep, you are correct. So you only have 1.
Which is still not great, but...
It's better than -20, so...
I think I'm going to run westwards.
Okay.
And I'm not going to try to test it. I'm just going to go the normal speed. So I think they'll still bring me off the map.
Okay.
And I guess at the end of the round...
Well, I'm saying I'm saying if you're going off the map, you've run far enough away from it. So.
Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flee this direction,
And
and I'll...
same with Johanna will be off the map. Don't even have to roll. Davros, you're gonna flee off the map. Everybody's gonna flee off the map. So, we will say that everybody. We will conclude that combat. Raiko is bleeding out, though.
Good for him.
Then
Where is he? Can I reach him?
you can reach him. Yes.
All right. Well, I have some bandages. I could try to apply those to him.
You have heal.
I don't have heal, but you can apply bandages with a dexterity test.
Yeah, it's like plus 20.
No, because this is time sensitive. It is not plus 20. It's plus 0.
Plus 0. All right.
I thought you had heal.
No, I just bought some bandages just
Who
in case.
somebody has heal.
I do, but I'm all the way on the other side of the
Yeah,
map.
you
Yeah.
ran the other way.
Yeah. So plus 0 dex test.
So I'm going to spend one of my resolve points to get rid of my fatigue condition, so I don't have a penalty on this test.
Okay.
And a plus 0 dexterity test. To apply a bandage. Minus 5.
Would you like to fortune that?
I think I will fortune that, yes. So I'm going to fortune point use.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it another try. Minus 2. Curses. I have an intelligence of 40, so I don't cause problems, I think. But it means I failed to staunch the wound.
Right. So then we will... So I will give you a choice. You can take a dark deal to reroll. Or I can see if he bleeds out.
No dark deal to reroll here. We'll have to hope that he lives the turn.
Harsh.
He's good.
Alright, so can I give it another go?
Yes.
Alright. Plus 0 dexterity test. Marginal success. What does that do with advantage?
That removes 1 bleeding condition.
Alright, how many did he have?
1.
Oh, so he's good.
You saved him.
Okay.
Yeah, you saved him.
Excellent.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this token right here. And I will move everybody back, except for Vragny, because I broke things. And I'll move everybody back down here. So we can all have a nice little chit-chat. As you guys regroup over the next few minutes.
Are we not still running?
You, how long do you want to run?
Yes.
Safe.
Are all of you going to run until you are safe?
I'm going to run about 16 yards further than everyone else. So I know how long I'm going to run by whomever else answers that question.
I feel like we're the only ones who saw the beast, and I don't know about all of you guys, but I definitely saw the beast dead last time I saw it. We're heroes.
I think me and Johanna would probably flee westward for probably a minute or two, and I'd probably try to calm each other down, and maybe try to go back towards where we believe the place from which we came, very cautiously and probably scared.
I think I understand your desires here. I think what we should do is get Raiko back to the camp. And who are you three that we've run into here?
Us? We're just out here eeling.
Eeling, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually I'd come back on the scene, I'd look at them all and be like, Sigmar sizzling sausage, what in the Moor's realm was that?
Some kind of beast. I think we should get back to the camp, and you three should come with us. We'll have safety in numbers.
I'm gonna look these people up and down. What? Tell me about these people out in the swamp. just here?
Go ahead and make me a plus 20 perception test.
I'm going to spend a resolve to remove a fatigue.
Okay.
So now I only have 1 fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a plus 20 test?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you like to fortune that?
I think I'm going to fortune that. Why not?
He rolled a 100, so that is auto fail.
I'm nice and consistent with these amazing rolls, at least.
Oh, Lord.
See? Consistency.
Would you like to take a dark deal?
Hell no.
Okay.
Dark deals are great. Why doesn't anyone else want
do
one?
these people look suspicious? What do they have?
They've got some nets. They've got some small eeling hooks. Are you also searching them up and down? Taking a good look?
I'm just giving them a good look. I'm not frisking them or anything.
Make a plus 20 perception test.
Plus 20 perception, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That is a...
Marginal failure.
If you'd like to, you could spend a fortune to get plus 1 success level on that and turn it into a plus 1. You rolled a 71 versus 70.
I think I'm okay. I'm down to 1 fortune point here, so I'm going to save it for a crucial time.
Okay.
So what brings you folks out here? We were tracking what we thought was a beast, and we ran into this horrible creature.
It's definitely a beast.
We were out here trying to catch eels, and that thing attacked us. You saw that?
It's cursed. I've told you. I warned you all about this, did I not?
I lived out here for all my life. I've never seen that thing. I mean, there's always the stories, but...
Yes, I know the stories are based on fact. Don't you see?
I don't know. I've told a lot of stories in my life. They're not always based on fact. What are we going to do? I think...
We're no match for that beast. We got to give up on trying to get that reward.
Right.
I say we get going while the going's good. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. That's a Dawi saying. I'm sure you've never heard of it.
You know when to walk away and know when to run.
I'm
Right?
not big into running, but I know what you're saying.
Huh.
You three should come with us back to the camp. I say we get back to the safety of numbers as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll just head back into town. I appreciate it, but...
No, you should come with us. No, it's not safe to go out on your own.
We live in
Wait, is there a
town.
nearby town?
Yeah.
Let's go to town.
No, we should go back. We need
Town
to.
sounds great.
We need to tell them that there's a beast out there and that it can't be dealt with.
We have to warn the townspeople. We would be remiss
We need to
in
buy
our duties if we didn't warn the townspeople.
Does this town have walls? Does it have any protections?
Does it have a pub?
Probably. Or if it does, it's small. Probably
How
doesn't
far
have
away
a
is
whole...
this town?
So the town, I'm going to bring y'all over to here. Move Ragni. So you guys are off in this section to the east, or west, Brain. The stones in camp is right here, and then the town is on the other side of that.
Oh, the town of Grossi is where you're headed.
Grouse.
Well, that's the same direction we're going, so let's move together.
They look at each other for a second, like, all right, yeah, we'll do that.
All right, let's go. Let's get going while we can. I don't want to stay near this beast any longer than we have to. We got to go warn everyone.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to be victim like Ruder was. Or they're not sure his fate.
Yes,
Agreed.
he was a strange fellow, but he didn't deserve what he got. That's the way of the world, though. May the ancestors watch over him.
More and all the gods smite that beast down. But not us. Let us go.
All right, so you guys head out. You make it back to the river, and can row across pretty easily.
I offer a position to our 3 guests to get across the river, since surely they'll need some help.
Okay. You guys make it back over to the campsite. As soon as you guys hit the riverbank, they're like, "All right, thanks for the ride. We can walk back from here."
Well, let us exchange our names, since we have faced death together. It's best that we remember each other in case our paths should cross again in the future. I'm Vragny Sharpeye.
There's the 3 of them. One is a fat dude, one's a short dude, one's like a tall, skinny dude. The tall, skinny dude says, "I'm Hans." Points to the fat guy, says, "This is Frederick." Points to the short guy, says, "This is Gert."
Oh, Gert. It's a
How
good
are
choice
they-
of name.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Ben?
Oh, are they armed or what do they have on them?
So just kind of looking at them, they've got they don't have a whole lot. They've got a eel. They've got small hand axes. They've got some eel nets, and they've got a creel, which I actually don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's a tool for eeling. It's a basket. A creel is a basket. So it's like a wicker basket to keep eels in. So.
Okay.
So that's what they're carrying.
Presumably one of us is carrying Reiko. I guess it's me.
Well, he would be able to gain consciousness after you stop the
it's-
bleeding condition. So.
Well, I will help him with his walking, since
Okay.
I'm sure he's not in a good spot.
Okay. So what are y'all gonna do?
We
Is
got
it-
to find Stiegler and let her know right away.
I feel like we should go to town and potentially get supplies.
Well, first things first. We're here at the camp. Let's talk to Stiegler. It's not going to take more than a few minutes, and we got to go do it. Do we see Stiegler anywhere?
When you actually start to pay attention to what's going on with the camp, it is almost empty. It's almost dusk at this point. The camp's almost empty. You can, as you look down the road to the north, you see a bunch of caravans and carts moving north. You see like a bunch where all the like cooking fires were. The only 2 dwellings you see left are Rutger Reuter's tent and Johannes Stiegler's wagon. So.
Oh wow! So they've all packed up and left. I guess I would too after that murder. Well, let's go. Let's go talk to Stiegler. We gotta let her know, because and then we should go warn other people as well. I head over to Stiegler's wagon.
She answers the door and her face is red. She's got tears streaming down her eyes. She looks absolutely like miserable. She just says, "What do you want?"
What happened?
What happened? What happened is the chest was stolen.
Stole.
What happened is that the Strigany have left. This whole thing is a colossal failure.
Sounds like you have problems.
I do.
Sounds like we have problems. We were owed money from that chest. Who took it?
Thulgrim.
Thulgrim. He's a dwarf. Dowie do not break their word. I don't believe it.
Let's go ask him.
If you can find him, I'll give you 10% of whatever you bring back.
Oh, 10%.
Of whatever we bring
there's
back,
no
deal.
harm, there's no harm in asking questions. Where did you see him last? And why do you think it was him?
Why do I think it was him? Because he took the chest. I couldn't stop him.
You saw him leave with the chest?
Yes.
Are there any Striggity around that we can talk to?
No, they've all there are there is one wagon left. That was waiting for Ryko.
Let's get Reiko over to the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to turn to my compatriots here. I think there's still a way for us to get paid. Can go retrieve this chest. No beasts involved. Seems like it should be easier work. I'm sure once we explain to Thulgrim that he needs to return it, as a good Dawi, he will hand it over.
I mean,
Sure.
plus we can keep everything in the chest.
Dangerous road to go down.
Well, no.
Sure, but-
She just said that she would give us 10% of what's in the chest if we brought it back. Whereas if we don't bring it back, we can keep 100% of what's in the chest. I'm just saying.
You untrustworthy elder ways will bring you poor outcomes with the humans. But whatever we need to do, we must find it first.
As the resident human, I'm kind of on board with the plan.
Have another scheme for us, Davros?
It's not a scheme, it's a plan. A plan that will make us wealthy.
So that's why we're here to begin with.
We'll
Didn't seem to work out that well.
We'll have to find Thulgrim first.
Let's do it.
Let's take Reiko over to his wagon and see if the wagon driver has any information for us.
While they do that, I'm going to go talk to Johanna.
Okay. What do you want to... So, we'll resolve the Strigony first. They've saddled Ryko up into the wagon.
He should be all right. I've bound up his wounds and he's not bleeding anymore.
Mhm.
But you're gonna want to keep an eye on those to make sure they don't get infected.
We'll do that. Thanks. What did you run into out there?
Some kind of terrifying beast. It had snapping jaws, multiple legs. It was larger than a horse. I'm not going back out there.
This Vadamo's right. This place truly is cursed. Well,
I thought it was just manling superstition, but I've learned that I'm wrong on that specific count of manling superstition.
Well, we're heading back to Ubersreich. Good place to make money now that the nobles aren't in charge.
I don't suppose I could convince you to wait a few minutes and give a ride to me and my compatriots. It seems like you're the last wagon out of here.
Yep, we'll most certainly wait a few more minutes.
Do you remember the other dwarf who was here? Do you know where he went?
I didn't see him leave. He might have left with one of the other wagons, though.
Where are the other wagons going?
Ubersreich.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to my friends, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you so much for the offer of the ride. I appreciate it.
Okay, and you're gonna speak with Johanna.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to tell her that I know she's distraught and all, but she should really move out of this place quickly. There's something very unnatural, and we've witnessed it ourselves. And her life is potentially very much so in danger. I don't say that lightly.
What do you mean you saw something unnatural?
I kind of look around. It's just me and her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Worked for the Church of Sigmar for a few years now. He told me about things like this. Pro bono, of course, but it's true. Some six-legged monstrosity out there. Reptile-like. Rotting, too. Looks like something displayed on the stones. We thought it was just superstition, but it's true. It's lurking out there. It got your partner. Could get others.
She, her eyes go wide, like, what do you mean there was a monster out there?
I mean what I saw with my own eyes. As did they.
She looks like completely shocked at what you're saying.
Alright. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna look at her like straight in the eye and say, we need to get out of here. Is that clear? Abandon this project now. Save yourself. Everything can be recovered, but especially not our lives if it's lost here.
Yeah, we'll get going then. Whenever you're ready.
I will talk to my compatriots, but I will at least help you get out of here. I'll assure you that. No payment is necessary.
Okay, let's get going.
Alright. I'll go get everyone else.
The Strigony fellow says he'll give us a lift, and if Thilgrim got out on a wagon, it must have been a Strigony wagon heading towards Ubersreich. So that might be the way for us to go.
Well, I think that'd be best. We also have another traveling companion with us. I'm convinced it's definitely not safe to be here.
That's good. That was a terrifying beast.
Let's talk about that later, shall we? Let's get on this road and look to the prospects ahead, not those behind.
Yes, let's leave this place behind. Davros, Elgi, what say you?
Before we do, I want to quickly check out Rickaroder's or his wagon. I'm just curious if anybody's touched it or moved anything since we've been gone.
He's got, it looks like everything's mostly in the same spot. Like, if things were, it looks like if anything's been moved, it's been moved to be packed up and sent out. So.
Okay. But nothing weird or...
No, nothing weird and really out of the unusual, so.
Okay. Then I suppose let's follow.
Okay. So you guys make your way towards the north on one of the Strigony on the last Strigony wagon. Johanna's behind you on her wagon. Is anybody gonna ride with her?
Yeah, I'll ride with her.
Okay.
I'm going to stay with Ryko and make sure his wounds don't open up due to the tough road.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I need to make a test for him because he took a crit.
Oh yeah, you might get infected. Nothing I can do about that.
Nope.
I just have some bandages.
See, that is an endurance test. Is that a plus 20 or?
Let's take a look.
This manling dies after all the effort I put into keeping him alive. Oh, I'm not going to be happy.
Plus 60 after you suffer a critical wound. I don't think he can fail. It's going to be very difficult for him to fail this.
Don't say that.
Yeah, there was a 5% chance of him failing, so he's good. You guys make your way north through the dark, coming up the road and then turning in towards the main road to Grouse. It's kind of like that kind of direction. And you take the road north of Ubersreich through the night. You arrive in the middle of the night, and you guys are at not allowed entrance.
Just because it's nighttime?
Yep.
Well, we're in the middle of a pursuit. We're gonna have to figure out, it means that he'll, I guess I'll ask the guard. Did you see any dwarves coming with previous Stricony wagons coming into this city?
Hmm. He did not.
You did not.
He did not.
Hmm. So it'll be tough to say where he went. He could be here in Ubersreich and just didn't see him. He could be elsewhere. We need to find him to find the chest.
Well, we actually have someone here that'll be of great use to us at this moment. Davos,
Yeah?
by any chance, I know you're quite a slimy individual, but how greased are your palms?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I am getting the impression you're asking me for a favor.
Ah,
So why
I
don't
don't
you
know
just
if
back
I'd
that up
ask
and
you
try it
for a
again?
favor. Maybe these guards might be willing to allow us in after the hours for a bit of a commission.
Maybe. Do you have a commission to pay them?
Yes, I would, Davos. Davros, sorry.
Like, how much of a commission?
Well, I think you should maybe probe and see. I think that's your expertise, no?
If there's one
I
thing
can, but I do want a sense of what I'm working with.
I'm definitely working with enough silver coins to make pay for someone's wages for years. I'd rather not spend it all in one place. Maybe
All right.
5 silver at the most, but
Okay.
maybe if you get less than that, I might be willing to part with a silver shilling or 2 for the service.
Phenomenal. Why don't you folks wait here and I'll talk to the guards.
Do your thing, Davros.
So I stroll up. My friends, how are you?
Tired. How are you?
Same. I just wish that I could get to my bed.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Y'all don't have any tokens and can't see this map here.
That's a strange thing to say.
Yeah. Sorry. Whoops. Can you
My
guys see the
token
map
has
now?
only half a square of visibility here.
Okay, so configure global elimination. There we go. That should show everything.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
So you guys are at this small right there, that small little gate. Quinn, go ahead and make me a plus 20 bribery test.
It's called haggle.
I think there is a bribery test.
There is
There's a bribe
bribery.
skill.
Says
Right! It's
You
true.
use the bribery skill to try to figure out. It gives you like more guesses in terms of how much you need to bribe them.
Success!
How many successes did you get?
plus 2.
2.
So that means you get 3 over/under questions for bribery level to try to figure out how much you can bribe them.
What does that
So-
mean?
So if let's say it costs 3 silver shillings to bribe them, you can be like, "Is it 1?" And Phil will say higher or lower. And you can be like, "Oh, is it 5?" And then Phil will be like, "Lower." And you'll be like, "Oh, is it 3?" And Phil will be like, "Lower." And then you can try 2 silver shillings.
So, I get 3 questions, did you say?
Yes.
You get 3 guesses, and you get told if it's higher, lower, or correct. And then
Is it-
after those guesses, you have to offer a bribe. And if you offer below, it gets rejected. And if you offer above, it gets accepted, even if it's more than you would have needed to.
Sure. Could I get in for 5
Higher.
silver shillings?
But by the way, this is for including the wagon and everyone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
10?
Higher.
20?
Lower.
I'll be right back.
All right, Davros, how much do you think we're gonna need?
About 25 silver shillings.
How many? All right. How many of us? Did the elf? Okay, this isn't even Darro's asking questions, right? This is just
You know-
sussing them out.
When he says that, I like to note, you see Gert kind of shuffle up, and you see him literally tighten his belt.
Okay, so besides the four of us, we've got
Oh
Reiko,
lord.
Ziegler, and the carriage driver. So that's about 3 shillings each.
I don't have any money.
Did you say this to all of us or just like the core group here?
To the core group here.
Okay. I walk over to Stiegler and say, it's going to cost us 30 shillings to get in town.
Well, we don't. Also, like, we could just ask Stiegler to pay for everyone. She's in charge of the expedition.
The tax
It's
to
true.
get in is a shilling per head in the morning.
But then we're
Yeah,
outside.
but let me tell you something, Stiegler. The tax to get in while Thulgrim that might still be in the town seems to be higher.
30.
Who knows if we wait until morning if Thulgrim's still going to be in there. Now, there's a dwarven quarter in the town, Dowiehafen. I can head over there. I can take a look in the bars. I'm an investigator. I can track him down, but not if we let him have a big lead. I'm not much for negotiating.
Make a
I don't
charm
know
test.
A charm test?
Yeah.
Alright. Challenging?
Plus 20.
Alright, average. +2 success.
Hey, you didn't completely suck at that like I thought you were going to. She says fine. She opens up her purse, sighs, pulls out 10. It says, that's everything I have.
10 shillings.
Can I actually see if that's everything she has?
Make a perception test, and keep in mind you have talents that affect this.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
I can see in the dark, can I?
And you have a cute sense of sight.
I do.
So when you click on your character sheet, and then you click on perception.
Perception is really low in the first row of basic skills, so it might be
Yeah, you're gonna.
hard to see with this roll.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to click on perception, sense, and perception test and low light conditions, and then those will, if you succeed, it'll give you +1s to those.
Sorry, where do I put in that?
So when you
Just
click,
under perception test.
so click on perception.
Mm-hmm.
See where it says talent bonuses.
Yes.
Pick. You can control. Let's see. Control click 2 of those, I think. Let me see. See if I get that correctly.
Perception, sense, and perception test and the like.
Yeah, so you should have both of them highlighted, then click roll. That should apply it.
Is it challenging or?
Yeah,
what's
because it's dark, it's challenging.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
+5. Impressive success.
Yeah, so you can see how it would have been +3, but because you clicked on those things, it bumped it up to +5.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's empty, so.
Oh, well. Okay. That's fair. So, that's 10 from her. Who else is donating to the cause?
If we each contribute 2 shillings, including Reiko and the Strigony Wagon Master, that should bring us up to the correct amount.
I'm completely broke.
I saw you get paid alongside the rest of us.
I've spent it.
Where?
In camp, I bought new booze.
You bought booze? They were giving us that booze for free.
Not other booze.
I hope we don't have to resort to violence today.
Oh my god, this is great.
Listen,
You know,
I
do
feel as though
suppose-
I'm doing all the work, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
All right. Well, You know, if
So
you
we
don't,
need
if you can't
25 shillings so that I
if you
can
can't
pay these
contribute
folks.
into the investment of getting us into the town, I suppose you won't get paid out from the rewards from this investment of getting this.
No.
Well, that seems really fair to me.
We made an agreement to him. I think we should keep that agreement, but at the same time, I think we should take our 25 shillings and enter the town without him.
Seems
The
fair.
deal was with me. You can go ahead and try.
I think we will. I think they'll like our money just the same.
All right.
So, gentlemen, I'll propose.
Who has the 10 shillings that Stiegler handed over?
We
I don't.
split up
When
all
you
the
point
money.
like that, Quinn, it points off screen to me.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know who you're talking to.
I can't remember everyone's characters' names anymore.
I'm
Let me see.
Raggy.
Ace Wing has the 10 shillings.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Asa Wing, here's my contribution, and I hand over 4 shillings.
You said we were doing 4?
Well, I don't know if we can rely on the Strigony to contribute as well.
Do they want to sleep outside the wall?
They've been sleeping outside up until this moment, and
They're
not
not
gonna
us back,
make
at
it.
least.
they're not going to get rewarded for getting this chest the way we are.
Well, I'll ask them anyways.
Go for it.
I don't suppose you want to come sleep inside town with us tonight, do you?
It's less expensive tomorrow.
It's true, but given there was a monster hunting us back at the river, who's to say it's not still hunting us? I would feel safer with walls around me myself.
On the other side of the river, hours away. Uberstrike
Well,
isn't exactly known for being safe. Not right now, but I don't think any monsters are going to be coming up to the walls.
Tough to say.
And if they do, and he thumbs over to the guards, they're right there.
I would be surprised if we could get money out of the Strigony. If each of us puts in 4 shillings, we'll have enough.
Close to enough. 12 on top, right?
Oh, I was including
25.
Davros contributing 4 shillings there. 3 shillings, actually, Davros. Perhaps, because we only need 25.
That's true, that is a nice discount.
Fine, I'll put in 3 shillings.
Oh,
Wait,
I
3
thought you
shillings.
didn't have any. No, well, we'll let it slide this time, Davros. So 4 shillings each, but 3 from Davros instead of 4, and that should bring us up to 25.
Yep.
All right. I snatch the shillings and march up to the folks. And I hand them 20 shillings.
Okay. Yep. They kind of poke their heads up through the way, look into the gates, make sure nobody's there, and very quietly open them up for you.
Great. Net profit on that venture. Not as much profit as I wanted.
Alright, Gert, Davros, come with me to Dowiehaven. Asa Wing, I actually really appreciate you as a traveling companion. I want to make that clear here first. But you
Go
should not
on.
come with us into Dowiehaven. The dwarves there, they don't appreciate Elgi and our cultural differences the way I do.
What is the high elf presence in Ubersreich? Do I know?
Minimal.
Not in Dowiehaven.
Minimal.
Minimal?
Yeah, there's probably definitely less than 20, probably less than 10.
Isn't this my hometown? Right.
So I think that that's extremely likely that Thulgrim has gone to Dowiehaven. He's a dwarf. That's where he's going to try to lay low. He could have gone somewhere else. I think it makes sense to search elsewhere, but I think we should focus our search in Dowiehaven.
I think that's a great idea, but I think we should also find somewhere for Frau Johanna over here to stay. Do you have accommodations anywhere here? Family, perhaps?
I have somewhere I can stay. I could probably bring
As
somebody
well.
with me if I want to.
So yeah, I was asking Johanna if she has a place to stay.
Yes, Johanna, her family is from here, so she has a place to stay.
Maybe you can escort her to her household. I think that might be a good use of time.
Who are you saying that to?
Icewind, sorry.
Before I go that way, would I know any of the scout? I probably would trade information and findings about the area with them whenever I come through larger town.
Most of that most of that information would be traded in the precinct district. That is where the town watch is stationed. That's where the Altdorfers are staying. So that's where most information exchanges would be happening there. If you're passing off like scouting information about like whatever's going on in the areas, so.
Is it still early enough in the day that I think they would still be active, or is it?
It's in the middle of night, so.
Okay, then yeah, I guess you're right. We'll crash for the evening, and then I guess when you guys are investigating tomorrow, I'll go see if I can get some goodwill and trade some information there.
So who's going to sleep? Who's finding a place to sleep? You are.
I'm going to find accommodations in Dowie Haven.
Okay. Ben?
So where are we meeting in the morning? If we're all splitting.
There must be like a tavern or inn in Dowie Haven that, as a dwarf who lives in Ubersreich, I would know of. I should tell everyone to meet me there.
Didn't you just finish a big speech on how people shouldn't go there?
We should meet at the bridge,
No, about how
perhaps.
the elf shouldn't go there, because filthy Elgi are anathema to dwarves, present company excluded. And not all dwarves will be as open-minded to the Elgi as I am.
Right, so we probably shouldn't meet there.
So
Well, by we, I mean everyone other than the elf. Again,
Okay,
no
I'm gonna
offense.
say that, I'm gonna go try this again. Stop me when I lose you. All right. So when we meet in the morning, all of us have to be there. One of us is an elf. You want to meet in a place where the elf can't meet, correct?
Well, the elf doesn't. The elf can just keep an eye on Stieglers. What's an elf going to be useful for searching for something, anyways?
Where
Why
is Stiegler planning to stay?
her family's home in the merchant quarters.
I mean, we could just meet at.
Let's meet there at
Madam-
Stiegler's home.
You know what? I would like to follow her if I can at a distance, and then I'll go back to wherever the home is of Johanna after that.
Follow who?
Johanna.
Stiegler.
There's two Johannas. There's one that's in the party and one that's Stiegler. So you're gonna follow. You're gonna take Stiegler home and then go back to where Johanna's staying. Correct?
I just an eye area.
You are frozen and stuttering. Everybody else is fine.
How about now?
Sound good.
That's better.
Weird. Okay. Saying, yeah, I would like to follow Stiegler, delay the. I'll go back to sleep for the evening.
Okay. So you can do that. You can find where her family stays above her shop, and then where were you going in the afterwards?
You said Johanna would have a place potentially.
Yeah, she would. There'd be a place that she rents out, probably in Toybrook. So Toybrook being the on the docks and stuff that line the river. So if we're looking at the map, Toybrook are like these neighborhoods here, right? So I don't know if you guys saw that, but I don't know where your markers are.
It's over here.
I can see that.
Yeah, like this region is Toybrook. So you're going to follow Stiegler home, then go stay with Johanna. Okay. Davros, you're probably you would probably be staying at one of the hovels or slums underneath the Uberschreik Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can probably catch Coppa Squat like in the pantry of the brothel I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's not available for whatever reason, then I have like probably a whole bunch of like friends where I can sleep like on the floor in their hovel or whatever. But I'm not above like sleeping in the doorway of some place or whatever.
Okay.
But I am rolling filthy with loot, so I'm going to try the pantry.
Nice.
It's the safest place for me.
Yep. You would definitely be able to get that tiny little space under the stairs that they usually, that whenever you're in town, they're used to you sleeping there. So.
Cool.
I will make my way to the Axe and Hammer, the finest tavern and inn in Dowie-Haven.
It is not an inn. It is a dedicated tavern.
Isn't there some underneath section that's an inn? Or maybe it's just a tavern.
Is the only dedicated tavern in Dowiehofen, though there are also 3 inns. So there are other inns there. So.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go have an inn, and I'll stop by there in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Axe and Hammer, that's what it's all about. That's the place to go.
And Gert, what are you doing? Gert. Dave.
Gert. Oh, Gert. Sorry. I thought you said Kurt. For some reason, I thought you said Kurt. I was like, who the hell's Kurt? So, I thought I was going with the dwarf, and we were going to go investigate things. Were we not? That was the plan.
I think that he's going to sleep.
Oh.
I'm gonna at the very least stop by the Axe and Hammer for a drink before bed, as one does.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd be allowed, I'd definitely go there because I do have quite a knowledge of dwarf and lore. Yes, I'm lore dwarf, so love to go there.
Yeah, so
I'll make sure to let Gert in.
So one of the things that you quickly notice, these buildings here are designed for dwarfs, not for humans. Dwarfs are people.
They're normal size buildings.
Yeah, they're dwarf-sized buildings, not human-sized buildings. And so you find yourself like having to like walk like this, like hunched over with your head to the side, trying to make your way through everything, especially through the doorways. Bump your head on a rafter once or twice, but for the most part, it's not. They're fairly welcoming, though. It's died down a lot, so.
Okay. I guess I'd follow my my host's lead, see what he gets. I'd probably get the same with. I wouldn't get a drink tonight. I'm not going to get a drink tonight.
I'm not taking Gert downstairs because that's for dwarves only. But I will treat him to a pint, which will cost 3 pennies.
Okay.
Or I'll have a pint, I guess. Gert's not drinking.
Yeah, I'm going to refrain. I've learned my lesson for now.
The lesson is bump up your skill, consume alcohol.
Yeah.
That is one of the best lessons you can learn in this game. So. All right. So while everybody kind of beds down for the night, we will take a break.
Okay.
Because we're about halfway through. So, sound good to everybody?
Sounds good.
That's me. Thank you.
All right,
Sounds
cool.
good.
So we will be back at 9:30, and we'll see y'all shortly.
We're just at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, then.
Damn.
Hey, welcome back. We are still waiting on Ben. he is being a dirty shizno, and he's running late. And he just heard me say that.
I did, and it's 9:30. I'm not late. I'm on time.
9:30 on the dot when the timer goes out.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, so we are going to pick up the following morning. I don't think anybody lost any wounds.
Nobody other than poor Raiko.
Yeah, Raiko got fucked over. But nobody else lost any wounds, correct?
That is correct.
Cool. So nobody has to worry about healing. You guys can meet up. We'll just say you agree to meet up at marked plots down here. It's in the south central part of the city. And the following morning. So.
Yeah. I think we should check Dowie Haven first. I have something that might be able to help with that. I offer my hat to Asawing. You can cover your ears and pretend to be a manling. And, the dwarves are... Hopefully you can go under their radar.
Not gonna work.
I'm 6'9" and have sapphire eyes. I think this.
Well, I think we may just have to deal with some unpleasantness from my people.
It's fine. I can just go to the precinct. They might have some information anyways.
When I say search, I mean we're going to be camping out, and it's early in the morning. We're going to be camping out probably outside the Axe and Hammer. Outside, what other prominent buildings are there in Dowie Haven?
So
Morgan's Brewery.
Yeah, there's the brewery. There's a few inns there. The Axe and Hammer is definitely the biggest inn. There's also the Haratakan Hold. That clan has been there since 400 years before Sigmar, so almost 3,000 years. There's also you would know that there's a bunch of tunnels under the town. And
If Thulgrim is a Dawi worth anything, he'll stop by the Axe and Hammer.
And there's also, if he's planning on leaving town, he might be going to Nordwander and Sons.
Nordwander and Sons, expeditionary supplies.
Mm-hmm.
If he's making a break for it, we should watch there as well.
So, some of those buildings are kind of on the outskirts of Dawiehofen. So the Axe and Hammer is on the very north side. That's this. Let me see if I'm comparing my map to your map. So it would be this building right here is the Axe and Hammer, and this is the edge of Dawiehofen right here. So
I see. How does this sound for a plan? Asawing and I can vouch for Asawing as I am a dwarf. We'll watch the Axe and Hammer, and Davros and Gert can watch the expeditionary supplies place and see if he turns up. I think those are the two places he'd be most likely to visit. What say you?
It sounds totally fair, but we really need to talk about how uncool this whole dwarf elf thing is at some point in the future. Let's just put a pin in that for right now.
Oh, please! I don't appreciate having to chaperone an Elgie any more than you do. Believe me.
See, again, I feel like you're missing.
I'm willing to fall on this sword for you, Davros. I'm willing to do this for you because we go back. We'll work jobs together.
See. You know what? Fine. Let's go.
Ace of Wing. I'll make sure the dwarves don't give you any trouble. You know how dwarves can be.
I'm just gonna stay silent on that part.
So I need everybody to make a plus 40 perception test.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got this.
Oh, yeah, we see it. Whatever it is.
Everybody but Davros.
See what?
All right. So now I've got to decide which spot he ended up at first.
Who got a bigger success?
Combined, you and the elf did. Or just straight roll, Gert did. So for viewers, it is Ragnar got a +5, Isawin got a +3, Gert got a +6, and Davros got a -1 on a +40 test. Not the worst roll, but he's comparing against an elf, so
Yeah. Elgi.
who actually should have gotten a +4 because it's sight based. Looking out for you. So we'll say that early morning he stops by the tavern. You guys see him go in. Comes out. Are you guys going to go in after him?
Yeah, well, so we both see him go in.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Ace of Wing, I think he's in the tavern. This is our chance to accost him.
Yeah,
Let's
let's go in.
All right.
So
I'll go in first and vouch for this Elgi.
keep in mind, it's a dwarf height building, and he is almost twice as tall as you. He's almost 3 feet taller than you.
It's not my problem. It's a normal height building. If he's not normal height, that's not my problem.
Are there any other exits to the building?
Yes.
None that we would tell an Elgi about.
Okay, but if you want him escaping out another way, when you confront him, I
Are
can
there
watch
any other
the back
ground
door.
level exits that are known?
What was
I
that?
don't know about this building. Are there ground level exits to this building other than the front one?
No.
On the ground level, it's just the one.
I guess I'll watch the door if he tries to run.
Sounds good. You're extremely fast, and I'm sure we'll be able to catch him if he does.
Yeah, I'll have my weapon partially ready to be drawn and standing right outside of view of the door.
Okay.
So if I hear him running out, I'll gut him like a fish.
So Gert, like seriously, that stuff with the elf and the dwarf stuff, like that's messed up. I'm not the only one who thinks, right?
Oh, you have no idea how long that goes back. There was some things that were done on both sides. I'm only partial to dwarf side, but I heard something about crown stealing, dwarf shaving, murder, genocide, habit.
Right, but that was a long time ago. Who even cares about stuff? I mean, human beings don't hold grudges for generations and have blood wars for no reason. That's just idiotic.
You know nothing. My family is from the south, and that's part nature of us down there. But I think part of the problem is, well, we only live, 50, 70 years maybe? Think of how long they live. They remember that. It's probably some of them lives still out there. Still know about it, still are part of it. And I can't say much for it. I don't really care that much. But if you ask an elf or a dwarf, they take it quite personal, to say the least.
I think it's terrible that people. I don't know.
It's it is terrible, but at least they seem to be getting along at the moment. Maybe, that's how you do it.
I guess one piece at a time. And if not, maybe it's time for the Empire just to, conquer everybody and just pick one species and just everybody else dies. That way there can be peace.
It's a good thing I'm not here to listen to this one.
I don't know about that one. It sounds like a Sulcan renegade god. I've heard about him. Something about racial purity. Oh. I think the Sigmarites are a bit extreme, but
it's not about racial purity. I just think that if everyone was just the same species, there'd be no war. I can't imagine a world where all the intelligent beings share DNA.
You wouldn't know what that
and
is.
this amount of, or share blood and background, and there would be bigotry and oppression and like war. I just think I can't imagine that would happen.
How long have you been here in this empire?
My whole life.
And you're asking how this could happen?
Yeah.
It's all
I
around
think
you,
that all of the tension we're seeing in the world is because of these conflicts and these pressures. I think if you remove that pressure, maybe everyone would find a way to get along.
I think that's very interesting, but I think you should definitely talk about that with your dwarven friends, especially in that dwarf quarter. I'm sure they'd love to hear it. But I think for now we should keep our eyes open.
I haven't missed a thing, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I go in after Thilgrim.
Okay. Everybody's just kind of sitting around, drinking, eating breakfast. Thulgrim is at the bar.
I point at him and shout, Unbaraki! Oathbreaker!
And everybody in the bar stands up and looks at him.
You stole from our expedition! You broke your word as a Dawi! You have besmirched us all!
He is going to, panic.
Escalated quickly.
Oh, this is just how dwarves feel about oaths.
He is going to... panic for a second, and he's going to try and sprint down to the lower level. So we are.
No, it's really not my expertise.
If it makes you feel any better, it's not his either. Oh, what's that?
We're off to the turtle
I'm
races.
absolutely sure that Isawig heard the shouting as soon as I got inside.
Make a -10 perception test. This is hearing based, so you don't get your
Oh, those fancy Elgy ears aren't good for everything, huh?
Good enough for this.
Would you roll?
+1.
Okay. Give me a second.
Barely.
And so that would be that and that. All right. So we will say that. All right. So brain pursuit rolls. I should have checked this during break, but I forgot. Yep. And
Set of rules.
yeah. So pursuit.
Pursuits on page
So-
166.
Yeah, I've got it. So we're gonna set the distance at 1. So go ahead. 1 for you, and we'll say 3 for Acewing.
Okay.
So
Wait, I'm charging into this this situation.
do you want to?
Is it better to use
Oh,
that
I'm
or-
raising hue and cry, by the way. I'm shouting like after him, don't let him get away, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is it better to look outside for a secret door, or for wherever he's actually running?
You can
out?
make a +20 perception test for that, and it's sight base, or a +0.
Yeah.
We'll say +0 sight based perception test.
Yeah, let's do that instead. +6.
There are
It's a crit. No, there's no crits, right?
Yeah, we're not doing criticals on non-combat rolls.
So just a +6.
Yeah. So just +6. That's it. No, you don't see anything. I, yeah, I'm a GM. That's what I do. As I troll y'all. All right, so athletics test from him. Oh man, Thulgrim rolled a 90. Thulgrim rolled a -6. So you're probably going to catch him this round.
Get him.
I'm
Pretty
going to
sure.
spend a fortune point to reroll my -7. There we go.
There you go.
-3. The dwarf chases are really exciting. Everybody's rolling negative.
Told you, man, it's a turtle race.
It really was. So yeah, you managed to close the distance on him, and as he starts to dart into the going downstairs, you manage to tackle him and grab him.
Where do you think you're going, Unbaraki?
He's just looks like absolutely devastated.
As he should. He's an oathbreaker.
You don't understand. You don't. I had to do it.
Had to do what? Break your oath? Steal from the expedition?
The whole my clan, Thaga, we entered into dealings with the Reuters and Stieglers, and they took us for everything we had. That money in that chest
Took you?
was our money, and they used every little Ungi law that they could to steal our money. So yes, I did break that oath. I had a grudge I had to settle.
A grudge? And to settle this grudge, you lied. And you broke your word. The word of the Dawi. It wasn't just that you were trying to settle a grudge though, because you left with the money.
I was paying debts for my family.
A grudge you may have been trying to settle, but that does not wipe away the stain of dishonor for being an oathbreaker.
You're right. I'm gonna take the Slayer oath.
At this point, presumably Asa Wing arrives, right?
I don't know. Does Asa Wing go down?
Wait, are we downstairs or are we still on the ground floor?
You're on the stairs to the ground floor, but it's you go in to the tavern, I guess.
I guess I bend down and at least tell me the ceiling's a little bit higher inside, right?
No, it's like a 6-foot ceiling. It's like a 5'8" ceiling.
Still okay, I guess. I go in. Yeah.
Everybody starts freaking out.
I put hands up. I'm with.
The filthy
I'm with
Elgi is
them.
with me. He's part
Yeah,
of
I'll take it.
reclaiming the funds. So, Asa Wing, I've just heard from Thulgrim here, I say, scowling at him, that the money was originally stolen from him.
Did you already spend it all?
Most of it.
That was fast. Well, how'd they steal it from you?
Ungi laws. Those little what do they call them? Hole loops?
I believe it's loopholes.
Yeah, that. They say they make you promises, and then in the promise they make all these little finicky things, and they lie to
Why
you.
didn't they spend their own money? I thought they're both from wealthy families. This doesn't make sense.
They entered into a deal with my clan, and then they use every opportunity to take money from us.
Dude,
They're Umgi. What more excuse do they need?
That's Umgi for you.
wait, I feel like I'm missing something. Do you have the contract? Perhaps there's not so much loopholes as just lying. It's worth looking into before we start following that line.
What right does an Elgi have to question the word of a Dawi, even so faithless a one as Stilgrim?
I'm not questioning his word. I'm suggesting he didn't necessarily see everything. If
He stands
if we've
up and
been-
he starts walking over towards you. We didn't see everything, did we? Just like an Elgi to doubt us.
All
doubt-
right, Stilgrim.
doubt
You know,
dwarves, no. Doubt you, perhaps.
So you're
do
doubting
you
my
wish to-
father? You're doubting my eldest son. He took the Slayer Oath because of this. And you're going to say that we made the mistakes?
better the word of an Ulgi than an Unbaraki. Asawig may be an Elgi, but I've never seen him break his word. Her? I've never seen her break her word. It's hard to tell, these beardless creatures.
Fair point.
No offense, Asawig.
Look. I'm going to go return the money to my family. And then I'm taking the Slayer Oath. And you won't ever have to worry about me again.
Do you have any remaining debts to pay?
All the debts are paid. It's just my family reclaiming what's theirs.
Was Johanna Stiegler the one who stole from you?
Her family.
But not her. And she's the one who will face the punishment for your oath breaking. The remaining money, whatever it is after you paid off your debts, might belong to you by the law of the Dawi. We're in the Empire, and the law of the Umgi matters as well. Even though it makes no sense, even though there's no rhyme or reason to it, you've paid the debts of your family, and you did so in a dishonorable way. I don't even know if you're the kind of dwarf who has the courage to take the Slayer Oath. But if you have anything left of that honor you speak of, for the good of the other Dawi who live here, in our dealings with the Umgi, this money should be returned to Johanna Stiegler, even though it does not belong to her.
Again, time out. Hold on a second. A moment, please. I feel like if she lied to start the adventure, to start your work together, and she's lied to us as far as what's been happening, there still may be other things going on. We really should examine this contract. You're correct. I'm not suggesting you missed something, but if you don't necessarily understand human law, such that you didn't see the loopholes to begin with, it's possible that they're not really loopholes. It's possible she simply lied. I just feel like we should perhaps talk to an expert on these type of matters prior to taking extreme measures.
Was Johanna Stiegler the one you dealt with? I don't think it was.
No. It was her family.
Well, look, all I'm saying is if anyone knows lying, Davros knows lying. And I feel like Davros should take a look at the contract before we, again, take any steps we can't take back.
Asuing, you're the swiftest of us. Could you go and retrieve Gert and Davros?
Absolutely.
We will wait and take no further action until you return.
All I'm saying is that things could be a lot more simple.
Davros, I've been a sculptor for many tombs. the years, and I can think of quite a few I'd like to stuff you in right now.
I don't know why we need to escalate this situation. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, or just like share a little bit of my heart.
I'm kind of tempted to do it alive now.
It's just a cask down here. Come take a look.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll rush over to them.
I'll see the elf. I'll be like, "Oh, praise be more in Shalley's mercy."
Finally, you're getting it. What? Oh, hey!
We
We haven't seen anything.
We have.
Oh,
Oh, some good news. Was this all worth it in the end? I hope so.
are we rich?
Unclear. How are you with contracts?
I am
Either
the
of you.
best at contracts. Nobody knows contracts better
Does
than
Davros have the ability to read?
Davros can't read.
Well,
Okay.
what kind of contracts are we talking about?
Important.
Church gives
Important
reasonable
now.
ones.
I know, Davros. I know you like to talk yourself up, but here's an important thing. If you talk, no, just hold on for a moment. If you talk yourself up in this moment and you're lying to me, then we could get no money. Whereas if you're honest and you can't necessarily deal with this specific problem, we could find somebody who helps us get the money. So I need
Right.
to ask you seriously now.
Okay.
Do we need to find somebody to help us, or can you actually deal with contract? All of the money is on the line to this question. So please don't lie to me unless you want to end up with zero money.
Okay, I just gotta look at my character sheet for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. And I can't read, right?
No. You don't have read write as a talent.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna level with you.
Uh-huh.
I'm phenomenal with contracts. I just can't read them very well. But I've helped people with contracts many times in the past. All they do is
Oh,
just read it out
yes.
to me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I can read and write. I've only done a few contracts with the church, but they're relatively simple. I personally wouldn't rely on my own accord on this.
Well, perhaps the two of you together can do it. One of you can't.
Nah.
Brilliant.
I
So let's
explained
get
the
back to it.
situation
I
as
have-
we're. Yeah.
Yeah. After you're done explaining the situation, I'm like, so I've been thinking about this thing about all the different races. And then we kind of fade to black.
Okay, so guys, I have some bad news. Unfortunately, only two of us returned to the dwarven bar.
Hey, listen, I don't think it needs to be the humans necessarily. It could be the elves that are the only race, but I just think it just should be one. Then there would be harmony.
And then the murders began.
All right, Stephen Miller.
I don't know who Stephen Miller is.
Too soon.
It's never too soon to make fun of
Never
Nazis.
too soon.
I don't know who
Stephen Miller was a policy advisor for the president. Is he
Still
still
is.
there? Oh my god, damn it!
Yep.
Got even worse news. Trump's still the president.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Pretty aware of that one too, unfortunately.
Yeah, I knew that one.
He doesn't even have a magnificent beard.
God.
So are you guys all back at the tavern now?
Yeah, I think
I'm,
so.
I'm contemplating my existence and how much I hate everything.
Pilgrim, you know my associates. Some of them may know about contract or writing and may be able to resolve this situation. I know little of Ungi law.
So Gert, make a -20 intelligence test.
Does Gert
Oh
have
boy,
lore
let's
of
go.
law?
What?
Does Gert have
No,
lore of
no.
law?
No, that's why I'm saying a minus 20 intelligence test.
Yeah, I was just like, I can read and write. That's about it.
Does anybody have lore of law? What are we doing?
Nobody has it. I don't know why y'all are doing this.
Like I said, I was like, I've dealt with super simple contracts, but I'll read it over.
Impressive failure.
Here. So that's a minus 5 success levels.
Davros is just incapable of admitting that they are bad at things.
As you read it out loud, you start reading it out loud, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not like it's Reichspiel. This isn't how people talk.
That's Umgi law for you.
This
Doesn't make any sense.
This is a little stallion to me.
There's a Longbeard somewhere around here, right?
Probably there's a Longbeard around here.
Who owns the axe and hammer?
Excuse me. Yes, the owner of the axe and hammer is there.
Look, all this Umgi law, reading Umgi contract, I think that's, that's Umgi. Perhaps what's the name of the I should know the name of this guy, right?
Yeah, his name is Grodny Surehammer.
Grodny Surehammer can resolve this situation, I believe. If you could lend us your ancient wisdom.
He comes over and he's got pulls out a pair of reading glasses, settles them right on the tip of his nose, and he's holding the contract and he just starts mumbling to himself. Takes the first page of it and just throws it up and goes to the second page. If this, but that. He gets about 4 pages in, and then he just throws it all up and says, I don't know.
It's the manling laws that can't be understood. By any reasonable way of doing things, any Dowie way of doing things, this gold would belong to Thilgrim. But we live in this manling nation, the Reichland, the Empire, and the word of a dwarf means something. It is sacred, and to break it is to stain us all. We must return this, even if it is nonsense. You've paid your debts, Thilgrim, and you are Umbaraki, Oathbreaker. And I wish you nothing.
He'll tell you where the chest is and give you the keys.
Alright, I think that's what we needed to do here.
And he'll walk out the door, head hung low with shame.
As he should.
So we're keeping everything that's left in the chest, right? That's what's happening.
Well, we should probably give back some to Stigler.
It's very witness that we have gained possession of this chest. We gotta go hand that over, or it'll be very clear that somebody has stolen.
Well, I agree that we should hand over the chest. I'm unclear what percentage of what's currently in the chest should also be returned.
I'll not have the same person be betrayed twice by the word of dwarves. I say we return the chest and get the reward we were promised.
I agree with you, Fragny. May Davros and I please have the keys in the chest?
I suppose there's no harm in Davros having one of the keys.
Perfect. And might I have the other key?
I suppose there's no harm in Davros having one of the keys.
Look, I don't want you to be an Oathbreaker any more than you want to be an Oathbreaker, and so I feel like I should have the other key.
Let's go return that chest. And set
I'm
the
in
wrong way.
agreement. Let's go do that before any of us are tempted otherwise, right?
Yes,
Well, shouldn't we just verify to make sure everything's in the chest? Like, we don't know how much is currently in the chest. This is something we should find out before we give anything away.
Stiegler can take care of that.
Yes, I'm not sure the contents of the chest will change whether we open it now or later, so let us open it
I
later.
can think of a way it would change if it were opened, and it's best we avoid that.
No, I agree with you.
I spoke
also
too
can think of a way.
soon. You are right. Let us on our way, as usual. I'm in agreement with you, Dwarf.
Davros, nothing to say to this?
I just feel as though, for the sake of accounting purposes, we should really make a count of what's in the chest before we go anywhere. That way, we can be absolutely clear when we hand over the chest as to what the actual facts are. I just can imagine a scenario where someone lies about what's in the chest.
You are suggesting removing coins from the chest before handing it over. It is obvious.
Not at all. I just want to count them.
I would also point out that we have no written contract with Stiegler that she'll actually give us the amount of money she promised. Whereas if we just take it ahead of time and then give her the rest of the money, we'll still be keeping our oath to only take 10%, just like she promised.
Johanna Stiegler has been fair in her dealings with us, and I will not go back on my word.
Has she?
There's nothing you can say to convince me to remove any coins from the chest or open it before handing it over to her.
I would point out
as a
that
dwarf is safe.
as a dwarf is what I want to approach you with. Before she set off on her current venture, there were 2 less slayers in the world. I feel like perhaps great wrongs have happened due to her actions, so perhaps she's not quite as trustworthy as she has made out to be. Everyone she's dealt with so far, other than us, has either wound up very unhappy or dead. So maybe it's just worth it to make sure we get our pay, and then you can even do the counting.
Fulgrim made it clear that it wasn't her, and it was some of her family members. And we can simply you've observed the place that she stays at. It's just her. We can simply go there, open the chest in front of her, and count things out there.
It's her family's estate, I believe, not just hers. We don't know who we're going to be talking to when we get to their estate.
She seemed in quite a sorry state the other day. I doubt she'll be up for anything suspicious. I am unconvinced. Have you any other arguments?
Never underestimate somebody's ability to be up for something suspicious.
Says the suspicious
I
one.
do not.
Who would know better?
Let me put it to you this way: of the two of
I'm
us,
walking this whole time, by the way. They can keep up with me if they want.
of the two of
that
us,
chest, friend.
who do you think is better able to predict nefarious dealings, yourself or me?
Me.
You know that's not true.
I'm predicting a nefarious dealing right now.
So how about this? What about this? The 2 of you, who you clearly believe have standards and morals than the 2 of us, open the chest, do the counting yourself, take the 10%, split it between the 4 of us, and then return the chest. Then we get what we want, the guarantee of pay that we're not sure that we can trust to give us, and you get the guarantee that we don't take anything extra off the top.
I said I would return the chest, and I shall. I will not be opening it.
Well, no one will, since Davros currently has the other key.
There are other ways to open chests.
Oh, now you want to break into the fucking chest.
Stiegler can figure it out.
Could have done it in the camp, like a normal person. So, anyways, as we're walking, I just wanted to bring Vragny up to date with my latest musings. So what do you, like, think about it this way. So there are only dwarves, right? And then there's no need for conflict and war, I think.
Let me tell you a story, Manling. Yes. It's my cousin Sven. He knew that his great uncle Ulgrim had once been wronged by another dwarf. Sven, having heard this, told his children, and one of his children went and crossed the vast waste between here and Karak Asgaraz. And there he found the descendant of the dwarf who wronged my cousin's great uncle. He approached him and slew him in single combat before returning.
So what you're saying is it can't be the dwarves. It has to be somebody else. All right.
And that's not even close to as bad as the Umgi. The wars between your strange northern kind and your other weird, slightly different northern kinds and the Empire and all these other places have brought ruin to this world.
And the Empire, between the Empire and the Empire. And
The
between...
Empire's greatest villains and enemies are, of course, the Empire. But
there was a 1,000-year period in Imperial history called the time of 3 emperors.
But
And elves are innocent
forever.
in all this.
that being said, I just think that a lot of that was probably because we modeled our behavior on the elder races.
Not well enough. Alright, so I'm just going to carry the chest over to Stiegler.
Would you let me help you carry it?
Absolutely, I would not mind the assistance, Gert.
Excellent. Let's make haste quickly, please.
Indeed.
So you guys trek to the other side of town with this chest and present it to the Stieglers.
To Johan.
Well, we
Johan,
knock on the front door.
a guard will,
Let's start.
there's a doorman, door person who will let
We're
you
here
in.
for Johanna Stiegler. We have cured the chest.
And they will let you in and show you to one of the rooms on the first floor. And Johanna comes down, looking less bad than she did the night before, but still not great. And she'll sit down. Looks like she's spent most of the morning, if maybe not crying, but at the very least very upset. And she says, "All right, let's get this over with. Let's get
I toss her the key. You can rest easy. Thilgrim is going to be punished by the harshest disgrace that a dwarf can face. He said that he spent some of this money paying off debts incurred by your family against him before we can reach him. But surely there is plenty left."
And whatever's left, we still want our 10%.
I know what I
Absolutely.
promised you. Where's the other key?"
Oh, Davros has it.
Now we're all going to take a look at him now.
10%.
Agreed.
I pull the coin or the key out, reluctantly hand it over.
She goes and she unlocks the chest. And as you open the chest, what Gert and Franny realize is it's almost empty. There are 15 gold crowns in there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to look.
This is why you two don't make any decisions.
I don't think
15
chest-
crowns?
So that would be 1 crown and 10 shillings for you, for your little group.
7.5 shillings each.
As-
Yeah.
7 shillings, 6 pennies each. That's not bad.
I guess that's a debt owed.
How much did you say for each of us?
7 shillings, 6 pennies.
Are we doing that based off of 4 or 5 people?
4 people.
Okay. So,
Or we could split it 5 ways as well.
because as of right now, Jamie's still part of the group. I'm going to try and get in touch with her over the next 2 weeks.
So how many shillings do we get?
7 shillings, 6 pennies, but that might get adjusted downwards.
Because we don't know if Jamie's still going to be playing with us.
So how
Starting
much
last
do I
time.
write down?
Yeah.
7 for now. If we can do this later. I think this would be a good point for us to possibly either end early or to do some downtime stuff. As you guys see fit. Downtime is one of the best systems in this book. It's one of the flat out best things about this book.
The Between Adventures system.
Yes, downtime is great. So for now, we will go with the lower amount, and then we will adjust. I'd rather adjust up than adjust down. Than have you guys
So
spend
that'll
something.
be, that'll be 6 shillings each then, instead of 7 shillings, 6 pennies. So
6
6
shillings.
shillings each.
Mhm.
Got it.
Okay, so because I think 1 roll per person is a bit much, I'm gonna just make a couple rolls until I feel like it's interesting. Let me see if there is.
So this is for the random event that happens during the
Yes.
time between adventures?
There is one.
Yep,
That too.
there's an event table. So let's see what's on the first event. First event, arcane auction. The belongings of a recently deceased neighbor are auctioned, including a dusty old book of unknown origin. If you are able to pay the 10 crown asking price, the book is yours.
10 crowns.
I'd rather have a bow.
All right.
It's a
So
hard pass.
inclement weather. Ooh, that's always a good one. For the next adventure, all social skill tests suffer a -10. Everyone is penalty of -10. Everyone is in a foul mood, and food prices increase by 20%.
Hooray.
Monstrous complications. A monster chosen by the GM from Chapter 12 Bestiary is causing panic among locals. The income endeavor provides no
That is
funds.
true.
This actually is probably one of the best ones we could have rolled. The income endeavor provides no funds until the beast is dealt with. The characters can choose to each sacrifice 1 endeavor to deal with the menace, and this encounter should be roleplayed. If you succeed, you gain a free income endeavor to represent their individual rewards, and a feast is held in their honor. If not, or if the party chooses to ignore the creature, it will move on or be killed by a local rival. So,
Well, you know there's a certain beast around.
I do know there's a certain beast around. Would you guys like to have a second shot at the Beast of Orchlam?
Once I have a bow.
Well, we can roleplay this out, right? If we all spin an endeavor, we just roleplay it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, very light on rolls.
I'd be down for that, especially after we get to spend our money. Versus
How many
before.
endeavors do we each have?
Everybody's going to get 3, except for the elf, who will get 2. Because elves only get 2 because they're OP. Honestly, I think dwarves are generally more broken than elves, but yeah. I love dwarves. So that is up to y'all. So we're not going to worry about the arcane auction. So social tests are at a -10. When we start our next adventure, and then we've got to deal with this monster. So how do you guys want to do that?
I'm fine contributing an endeavor to the defeat of this monster.
So that would bring. So if everybody contributed an endeavor, they would have 2, except for Acewing, who would have 1.
But we would get income from our contributed endeavor.
And you would get income, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess that works.
Okay.
Down for that.
Okay.
Can we spend XP prior to income? If that would.
Yes. So you guys are going to get 75 experience for being here today. You guys are going to also get another 25 income or experience for tracking down Thulgrim. And we will give, and we dealt with the Ogham Stones last time, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So it'll be 125 experience today.
Oh boy.
So add that to your total, and then it'll update your available.
So that's 420 now, right?
Yep.
Blaze it.
Let's see.
The Canadians can. Noah
Oh,
probably
yeah.
could. Noah is.
I actually only have 350 because I got 70 less experience than everyone else during character creation.
Yep. Noah.
I selected my class and career, or my race and career.
Yeah. So Noah's from California. He could probably get a card.
It's actually legal even without cards in California.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, anybody can just. I mean, if you're over 21, I think anyone could just buy.
I didn't know they fully legalized.
Yep.
Oh. I don't know about Pennsylvania. Probably not.
I think everybody on the West Coast plus Nevada and Colorado is fully legalized.
Oh, I'm from Virginia. Fuck no, that ain't happening. I'm from the South.
It'll vary from place to place.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and you guys can spend your experience real quickly. If you have questions about spending experience, let me know.
I'm all spent up.
Okay.
Some of my experience I can't spend without an endeavor, so.
Okay. So we will go ahead and do a quick role play of tracking down the beast. I'm gonna
I have the ability to track.
So I'm gonna kind of do this like a I don't know how familiar y'all are with 13th Age.
I don't know of it.
Okay.
Is that Lord of the Rings?
13th Age is it's the game that Rob Heinzu and Jonathan Tweet, the guys who did 4th edition and 3rd edition D&D, play at their own home game. It's it's like if we were to make our own D&D that we would play at home, this is what it is.
Okay.
So one of the things that's part of 13th Age is the idea of a montage where everybody where one person contributes a challenge, the next person presents a solution. And then we go around the table until everybody has done that. And I think that would probably be the quickest, and it's not full role-playing it, but I think it'd be a good, like, in-between, because it's supposed to be a downtime. So okay. I'm going to roll a d4, and we'll go alphabetical by character first name. So, and then we'll just go down the list from there. So 2, that would start with Davros. Davros, what is one of the complications you come across when tracking down the beasts of Orshlam?
We run out of food.
Okay. Gert, how do you solve the food situation?
How do I solve the food situation?
Yep. You guys ran out of food tracking down the beasts of Orshlam. What do you do?
I don't have very much of survival, so.
It doesn't. I'm not going to make you guys roll anything. Just tell me what it is you do.
Oh, well, simple enough. I'd probably be eating eels.
Right.
Good.
Yep, there are definitely eels in the river. What is another problem y'all run across?
I think another problem we would come across is perhaps one of the bogs or swamps we came across was particularly quicksandy or sticky.
Okay.
So we'd have to go around it, through it, or over it.
So Vragny, how do you get through the quicksand-like bog?
I reach out to our local friends, the eel catchers, to help us navigate the quicksand-like bog to get to the other side using their knowledge.
Okay. They help you out. You give them a small payment, and they go about their ways. What is another problem you come across, Bragny?
Another problem we come across is keeping everybody in our party, beyond just 4 of us, presumably we've wrestled up some others, motivated and courageous when they face down the beast.
Okay. Wing, how do you keep everybody motivated and courageous?
Alcohol.
I put 5 points in that.
All right. In Wing, what's the final problem you guys come across when it comes to the Beast of Orchlam?
We think we're tracking it, but it ambushes us.
All right. So Davros, how do you help the party deal with the ambush?
Bait.
I think during the ambush, Gert goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And in a very uncharacteristic moment, Davros flies into a rage and uses their dagger to stab the shit out of the person that was leading the ambush.
It was the beast.
Oh, the beast. Sorry. Then I think Gert goes down, and then I think that Davros, as people are like running and trying to figure out what's going on and whatever, that Davros runs up and stabs the shit out of the beast, maybe in the eye or something, causing it to flee, which allows everybody else to deal with it.
Cool. All right. So you guys have toppled the Beast of Orchlam. You guys can each take you guys get an income endeavor. Go ahead and roll. I'm just gonna have you guys roll how much you make off of this. I'm not going to make you guys roll against the skill. So the way you make income in this game, or during downtime, is you normally roll against one particular skill that's determined by your career. If you succeed, you roll a number of dice determined by your status, you get that money. If you fail, you get half that money. So, let's see. Ben is brass 3, so he rolls 6d10, and he gets that many pennies.
So I was going to ask about that. Given XP spending, I think I can go up to, from guide to scout. That's 5 in every skill and 5 in the 3 stat.
And 1 talent. But if you do that, I will warn you, you won't be able to get orientation, rover, or strider.
Do I want this?
So while
can you do other people's while I'm reading that?
Yeah, I was gonna do that. So Davros, you are brass 1, so you roll 2d10 and you get that many brass pennies.
Okay, so I don't roll the actual skill.
No.
How do I roll dice?
/roll space 2d10.
Actually, before we go any further, keep in mind that the money we have before we earn these income is gone.
Yeah. So
we're gonna have to spend it all, or it just goes away. So
okay,
the money you rolled right now is for. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So the money you're rolling now will show up at the start of the next adventure. The money you have the money you have right now, you have to spend it or save it, or else it's assumed that your character spends it all before the next adventure.
I would like to buy a bow. How much is a bow?
Short bows are 3 gold. Regular bow is 4 gold. You can certainly try to haggle it down. Assuming you can find one. Do you have ranged bow? Do you have ranged bow?
Do you have a sword or something?
I do have a sword. My ballistic skill is 47, and I actually have a ranged bow skill up to 52. So if I get a bow, I'll be drastically more used.
But so will I.
Do you have ranged bow?
I do.
Oh, that's right. You took it as one of your human skills, didn't you?
Yeah, we both need bows.
So what I'm willing to do is I'm willing to both haggle and give all my money to Acewing to make sure that they get a bow, with the understanding that me getting a bow is the next priority.
Absolutely.
So your haggle is 49. What's your haggle, Acewing?
Mine?
Acewing.
Mine's 33.
Okay, so
I would be supporting if that's okay.
Yep. So that would, let me go to that page. I went back too far. Lowering the price. Availability.
The main thing is that I feel like Davros, even if they're not very good, if they have a bow, at least they can do a thing during combat.
Yeah, and also it's safe, right? You can contribute from afar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and you guys. Bows are common. Regular bows are common. Long bows are harder to get your hands on. So first,
Let's start with a regular bow for now.
Okay, so regular bow you can find fairly easily. Go ahead and make me a +20 haggle test.
Big money, marginal success.
All right, so you can shave off 10% for succeeding.
So it was a 3 gold
4 gold
bow. 4 gold.
So that would shave off 8 shillings. So that would bring the price down to 3 gold and 12 shillings.
So I have a gold crown, 17 shillings if we're including the payout from the 10%, 16 brass pennies.
Yeah.
I have 1 gold, 9 shillings, 29 pennies.
What does that bring us to?
That's a good question.
I forget how many shillings are in gold.
20.
I mean,
So-
so bring us over 3
Hang
gold.
on.
I think we'd barely have enough. But that's all our cash.
I'm gonna-
So if we spend everything, we're actually there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Quick question, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I think both of us have for our short-term goal acquire. I'm gonna assume, given situations, I'm bow, but probably trade off if I need to go melee or there's some benefit. Do we both get the benefit of getting the bow for the point of?
No, I'll just say just one of you. And give me give me a second, guys. I just realized what time it is, and I need to make sure my wife is up and getting ready for work. So I'll be back in just a moment while you guys sit and chat. So.
Okay, so I'm going to erase all of my money.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I think. Do you have anything in melee?
No.
Okay. Maybe you should take the bow then, because I'm at a 44. With melee basic, so I'm not I'm significantly better with ranged bow, but I'm not useless with a sword. If it comes to it. So maybe you should grab it. You'll get the extra XP for now. We'll just focus on getting me one next. And then there's.
I'm open to that. If it makes more sense for you to take the bow, I'm also open to that.
I think it would make sense for Davros to have it because Davros currently can't do anything in combat, and with
Exactly.
a
That's true.
Davros can do something. I think that the most important thing is going from 0 to 1. You know.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
That's a net positive.
And that'll give us the opportunity, if I can find some contacts along the way, of possibly getting along going forwards, and there might be some benefits to that once my ballistic skill is higher.
And I'm happy to work together to accomplish these sorts of things, right? Like seems like a win-win for me. And I mean,
Yeah,
like
those
I
are
think
huge
I've
in
been
this.
playing Davros. Like Davros runs as like a super self-absorbed human, but Davros is like fiercely fucking loyal to their friends.
Stavros did put everything on the line for Gert
Yes.
Yeah.
against the monster.
And so like Davros is the first person to be like, I would step over your corpse if I could be safe. And then when the rubber hits the road, they're the one that's also going to be like clawing somebody's eyes out for you. So I feel like this is both in and out of character. Something that I would do is try to pool money to figure this out. But I'll take the bow for sure.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay, so now that goes in my combat or trappings.
So that'll be, it'll go into, if you just drag and drop it onto your sheet, it'll
Okay,
just
how-
put,
We have to open up one of these.
so yeah, I can do that for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I've got it, I've been playing around with it a bit more than y'all, so it's a little bit quicker for me, and that's going to Davros, not Aisling.
Yeah.
Yeah, which also completes Davros' short term.
Okay, so you're going to get some bonuses. So that should show up in trappings. And then if you click equip, it'll show up in combat. And you're also going to need to get some arrows because a bow is useless without arrows.
Does it not come with fucking
No!
arrows?
Why would it come with arrows?
I think
Somebody want to
I don't know
pitch
how
in
much
and
arrows are, but I think we had some extra brass pennies over top. I guess we can get at least like a.
Arrows are a dozen for 5 shillings.
You said you had 17 or 19.
I had 17.
Okay, I
Arrows
had
are-
9
arrows are-
shillings.
Arrows are.
Welcome to Warhammer.
What did we say the final price was? of
Arrows,
the,
arrows
bow?
are 5 pennies each, by the way, is the actual thing you need to know.
Yeah, they would be 5 pennies a piece. That
What
is
was
how
the final
it.
price of the bow?
Final price of the bow was 3 crowns and 12 shillings.
Okay, no, we don't. We basically have nothing left.
Anybody want to pitch in for some arrows?
I would, but I'm gonna buy a shield and a leather jack. That's gonna be all my money.
right.
After I buy my shield, I actually have some money left over. Look here.
Worst comes to worst, we can spend our income on some arrows. They're not that expensive, and the extent to which bows and arrows are good in this game, like, can't be overstated.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just make drastically more effective.
Oh yeah. So the
So I made 13 pennies with my.
I can't afford to buy a dozen arrows for you, but I could buy you. I could buy you 6 arrows.
I'll take it.
All right, so I'm going to.
How do I add ammunition?
So it'll be if you go to the little open book where it says compendium packs. Go to where it says trappings.
Open book.
Mm-hmm.
Trappings.
Mm-hmm. And then go down.
Search for arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we'll just adjust.
Quantity.
Yeah, we'll just adjust the quantity down.
I 6. Oh, it won't let me.
So what you do is you put it onto your character sheet, then you can adjust the quantity.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then you can just right-click on the quantity, and that'll decrease it. Hang on. Let me delete this one, and then you just right-click where it says quantity on the 12, and then that'll decrease it.
Oh, by right-clicking the number, you move it down. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right-clicking on something decreases it, clicking on it increases it. And that works for experience, that works for or that works for advances, that works for money, that works for quantity of item.
So I have a dagger, a bow, and 6 arrows. I'm basically a killing machine at this point.
You know, with
Yes.
that bow, that's surprisingly true.
Yeah.
Bows are really good.
You're right. Yeah, bows are very good. Ranged weapons in this game are very good. So
Actually, does haggling use an endeavor?
no, shopping and haggling are not endeavors.
So because I did my thing,
Is there downside to haggling?
No.
Okay, can I haggle for the shield?
Yeah.
It's like super expensive. Okay. So is it challenging or average?
It is average.
And sorry, so there's no negative
Plus
for
4.
haggling?
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Then I will definitely attempt it after you finish with them.
So I got +4 on my hag.
Yeah, I'm going up to.
Hey guys, I need to go a little bit early. If you don't mind, I'll just do my income next time, and
Okay.
I'll figure out some endeavor between now.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be opposed, but yeah, for this time, because I didn't do Davros as opposed, we'll just do this unopposed. Next time it'll be. You'll have to.
All right, Davros, you actually have a dozen arrows, not 6. Because I had a bit more money left over after buying the shield.
huzzah!
All right, I'll see you guys next time.
All right,
See
we'll
ya
see you
then.
next time.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try and haggle. Let's go. Oh my god, I succeed. I rolled a 3?
I rolled a 4. All my rolls are great.
Alright, how much do I save on a shield and leather jack?
10%.
10% of 2 gold.
10% of 2 gold would be 4 shillings.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna get myself a hat now.
Actually, how many SLs did you get?
2.
Okay, you're good. Yeah. Everybody needs a fancy hat.
That's a leather skull hat. It's gonna protect my noggin now.
Yep. One of the first things I bought for my physician that I was playing is I bought her a fancy hat. Because it's
Gotta have a fancy hat.
It's Warhammer. You have to have a nice hat. That's part of the setting. Is the
A hat is 4 shillings. A fine hat is 8 shillings.
Yeah, that's not bad. Y'all missed out on some of the things that could have made you some more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say la vie.
So.
So we have 2 endeavors. Should you guys want to do yours first? Because I'm gonna think about mine. So I can do literally anything.
Yeah, if you guys want to think about it, we can decide that over the next 2 weeks, and take care of that on Discord, and then we can just have like next 2 weeks from now we say this is what we did. These are the endeavors we did, and then go straight into the adventure.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. The first thing
Okay.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll my income off the beast, though.
Okay.
So I'll earn 6 silver shillings.
Okay, cool.
All right, for one of my endeavors, could I use that to reach out to the Stieglers and try to establish relations with them? This is one of Ragni's goals, is to become friends with a merchant family.
Yeah, you can do that. We'll take care of that over the next couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
I think everybody except for you need to roll your income for the beast.
Yes.
So that would be.
I'm ranking up.
Okay, so we're gonna this will happen before you get a chance to bump up.
Okay, so it'll be.
Or actually, it depends on because none of you guys plan to take. You can say if we'll hold off on this because I'll type it all out in Discord and we'll decide because I've got
Okay.
yeah. So, but
we
yeah,
got time anyway.
we got 2 weeks to get this together.
Thanks for running this, by the way. This was excellent.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. I will
It's
see
been a
you
great time.
guys.
Can I just ask about the what happens because I've fulfilled that goal?
Yes, short-term ambitions I think are 25 or 50 experience.
I know I have to come up with a new one by next session.
Yeah.
Let's
And
take
if
a
you
look.
Yeah, I'm short-term ambitions.
Because I did that. That's a good point. Gotta cash that.
50 experience for achieving a short-term ambition.
Cool.
And we can do that experience spins over the next 2 weeks. But to our viewers, thank you guys for sticking out with us. The computer didn't crash this week.
Yeah, that's
I
good
know.
The
news.
computer, I turned the turbo boost off of my CPU, and I think that fixed it. So, I also set it so it tells me if it's starting to overheat. I didn't get any beeps at that, so pretty.
That's good.
Yep. Because I know it beeped at me when I was playing Total War last week. So I was like, all right, it's time to turn this off.
Which Total War are you playing? I just discovered Total War. I'm
It's so
very not a video game person, so I discovered Total War Medieval 2 from 2006, and it's a new thing for me.
Total War Warhammer
very
2 is what I'm
Okay.
playing. The latest one. I have a soft spot in my heart for Empire because that was my first one, even though it's not the best of them. Also a big fan of Attila because I love that time period, and Thrones of Britannia because I love that time period too. I really want to get my hands on Three Kingdoms, but I'm struggling to run Warhammer 2, so I'm not going to worry about getting Three Kingdoms until I get a new computer. So
I am obsessed with Medieval Total War 2. I just love it so much.
if you play the newer ones from Napoleon on, you can do multiplayer campaigns.
Nice.
So if you ever want to do an Inept Gamer episode of Thrones of Britannia, we could do that together. So for those of you not familiar, Quinn has one of the video series we have here on High Level Games is the Inept Gamer, where Quinn sucks at video games.
Yes, that's basically what
Oh,
it is.
gosh,
Somebody makes me play a video game, and it demonstrates just how little I know about video games.
You play. Let's see. I saw you play Space Marine. I think.
Maybe.
I think you play. I know I saw you play Battlefield. That was awful. That was.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. It was bad. It was bad. You
I
like.
remember. I only remember like Skyrim, and I remember. Because I remember Skyrim I played because I had two major realizations. One, 0% of people would stick around when the dragon attacks at the beginning, and so I tried to run away, but you kind of couldn't. And also, I found out very quickly that like part of the game was like getting materials so you could craft shit, and I still cannot wrap my head around the idea that that's a game that people play for fun.
So let's see. You played
Borderlands something?
Borderlands 2. You played StarCraft 2.
That's
play-
the one where Joel asked me to point down at the ground and then press a button that released a grenade, and I blew myself up. That was
You played Battlefield 1.
okay.
You played Space Marine. I remember. Yeah. You played.
Space Marine is the Warhammer 40k one.
Yeah.
I remember cackling loudly when I realized that I could stab people to death with a chainsaw sword. That was pretty fucking.
Yeah,
That's
because
the main. That's the main.
that's the main draw of that game. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm gonna get going, guys.
All right, I'll see you later.
Always.
Yeah.
Talk later. Peace.
Cool. And Quinn, we'll talk about maybe doing an Inept Gamer for Thrones of Britannia.
Yeah, I think I'll have to get it.
Yeah. It's I don't think it's too bad in price, but yeah, we'll talk about that because I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Medieval Total War right now. I'm playing a Denmark campaign right this moment, and it's really fun. But I'm playing it on fucking very easy.
I play on normal
with full
because
on advice.
we'll play a competitive campaign on Thrones of Britannia. So
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. If only to watch you struggle, but yeah, we'll work that out, and we'll see our audience in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Check out, if you want to talk about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, the Ratcatchers Guild Discord channel. If you want to chat with High Level Games on Discord, that's the Mystery Fantasy Dungeon 9000. There's also the High Level Games community Facebook group and High Level Games Facebook page. Plus, I think the only other streaming that really happens right now on this channel is you and Josh record the podcast, the Leveling Up podcast.
Yeah, we were currently going through the setting of Ravenloft, domain by domain, so that we can break it down and then give like real actionable tips for people that would be running in Ravenloft. And that's been pretty fun. So we're going to do a setting series. So it's going to take a while to get through all of Ravenloft. But our plan is to do like all of Ravenloft and then pick another setting and then kind of break it down in a similar way.
Okay.
And do that. So it's super fun.
All right. And as always, highlevelgames.ca. And we will see you guys